It very much looks like Marvel Studios have another major flop on their hands, and this is their upcoming Disney Plus series, Ironheart. The problem with this show already is that people hate the fact that they are trying to replace Robert Downey Jr. with a female version of Iron Man, but now they're calling this character Ironheart. I know a lot of people will say it's in the comics, it's a character on its own. I understand that. But the sole reason Ironheart was made was to rip off Tony Stark and, have a female version of Tony Stark. That is the origin of Ironheart, and they just made the character so obnoxious and very terrible in the comics. Marvel Studios is currently now facing a wave of backlash as the Ironheart trailer has plummeted with YouTube dislikes. A lot of it. In fact, it's similar now to Rachel Ziegler's Snow White in many ways, but not as bad as that. If you go to YouTube, it has over 160 plus thousand likes. But the problem is the dislike ratio button. It's over 250,000 as I speak to you, at least as of making this video. And that's a lot. Over 250 to 300,000 dislikes is a lot to handle for a studio that only wants to get something in return in terms of profit from this series. And it's not looking good already. It is certainly not looking good for Kevin Feige. Kevin Feige has thought that all these years that making woke content, making Marvel get woke and make Marvel push the MCU story at the fans, that it's going to work. And he has failed so badly. It has failed so badly. Now, Ironheart is very expensive. If you look at how much they've spent to produce this, I think I've seen some articles saying the budget is at least over $150 million. So that's a failure already if it's cost anywhere near $100+ million for Disney to produce this. Now, this particular show will star Dominic Thorne. Now, Dominic Thorne is going to be the chick that plays Ironheart, Riri Williams. You will also have other actresses and stars here like Shea Coulee. Shea Coulee will play Slug. You will also have Anthony Ramos. Anthony Ramos will also be here. And then the other stars like Aiden Heinrich. Aiden Heinrich will also be a star here. Lyric Rose will also be here. But these are stars that are not very popular with many people. Not so much even with fans. So that's the major issue now with this show, that it's not going to resonate with a lot of people around the world, and this will be another major problem on Disney Plus, whereby it's not going to chart on the Nielsen's chart. It's going to be a failure, and it's not going to get the desired response that Kevin Feige and Bob Iger would probably be wanting at this point in time. Remember that every trailer for Rachel Ziegler's Snow White was all ratioed. It's quite similar to Rachel Ziegler's Snow White in many ways. That movie drew infamous attention to itself, where it got hundreds of thousands to even millions of dislikes pretty much before its release. The same thing happened to Hailey Bailey or Haley Bailey's The Little Mermaid. Haley Bailey, remember when the trailer for The Little Mermaid came out, it got absolutely destroyed. So similar situation is now happening with Ironheart. And before so many people will run and go and call this racism, this is not about racism. This is Kevin Feige's desire to make Marvel a female-centric brand, and it's not working. So let's not spin it that there's something wrong here. This is Kevin Feige that I'm blaming for all this. They are the ones pushing all this nonsense. Dominic Thorne as Riri Williams is not the problem. It's the way they are going to tell the story that will be the problem. Now, in a recent feature with Empire, actress Dominic Thorne Riri Williams shared a brief encounter she had with Robert Downey Jr., where she says that Robert Downey Jr. gave her the thumbs up, two thumbs up. Marvel is now framing this moment as some kind of symbolic approval, attempting to position Ironheart starring Dominic Thorne as a spiritual successor to Iron Man. So this is another nonsense that Marvel Studios want to pull as a new stunt, whereby they're going to now use Dominic Thorne as the replacement for Robert Downey Jr.'s Iron Man. This is what they want to do. They have done this with so many stars. They have, if you remember, I've said that one of the reasons I hated Loki so badly, the series, not the character, but the series, is that they made his own personal character so significant to push a female Loki in his own show. So this is the same thing that is happening right now. Marvel Studio wants to make the brand exceedingly woke, and they are trying to push female, representation in a very, very odd way, whereby they are pushing away the male audience, and everything they are doing is failing. Even Hawkeye Girl, Jeremy Renner's Hawkeye was turned into another propaganda piece where Haley Steinfeld became the new Hawkeye. It's ridiculous and was very unnecessary, at least for his own show. So look, I'm not so happy with this show. I've said this that I won't waste my time with it, and I suspect many people will gloss over and skip over this particular show. I see it being another major failure for the Marvel studio at this point. I don't see it being successful. And I think after this first season, it will be gone and dusted. And one more thing, Disney, from what I've seen in these reports, Disney will release the first three episodes. The first three episodes are coming out, and I think it's 6 episodes in total. So Disney doesn't even have faith in this project. So the first three episodes will come out, air, and then the last three will come out in subsequent weeks, which means that Disney wants to get this over and done with at this point. They know they have spent the money, they don't want to lose more money on it, and just get it released and done with. So I hope you guys have enjoyed this content. Go ahead, smash that like button, subscribe to the channel. I'll see you guys very much next time.